Right now, you are carrying a piece of code inside your DNA that was written in blood, sweat, and tears thousands of years ago. It's a design flaw, a glitch in human biology that makes a simple emotional rejection feel exactly like being physically mauled by a predator. If you've ever had your heart broken, that suffocating, hollow ache in your chest isn't just a metaphor, it is actual, literal physical pain. But have you ever wondered how the very first humans survived this without therapy, without self-help books, and without any way to escape their small, isolated tribes? Think about your last major heartbreak, that heavy, paralyzing weight where your brain loops the same memories over and over again. Now imagine experiencing that exact same agonizing feeling, but you were living in a nomadic tribe 30,000 years ago. You can't block their profile. You can't move to a new city. You have to hunt with them, sleep near them, and look them in the eyes every single day just to stay alive. In the harsh wilderness of the ancient world, energy was everything. So why did evolution allow our brains to completely break down over a lost relationship? Why didn't natural selection just patch out heartbreak?
The truth is, for our ancestors, a broken heart wasn't just an emotional inconvenience, it was an immediate death sentence. If a modern relationship ends, it hurts, but your survival isn't threatened. You can still order food, you still have a roof over your head, and you can isolate in your room. But back then, if you became depressed, lethargic, and lost your appetite because of rejection, you couldn't hunt, you couldn't gather. You became a liability to the tribe. And in the ancient world, being a liability meant being left behind. Yet archaeologists keep finding evidence that ancient humans suffered from this deeply, and somehow they found a way through the darkness. How did they fix a broken mind when the world around them was trying to kill them? To understand how they dealt with it, we have to look at what heartbreak actually does to the human machine. In 2010, a groundbreaking study led by neuroscientist Dr. Helen Fisher looked at the brains of deeply heartbroken people using fMRI scans. What she found was startling. When you look at a photo of someone who dumped you, your brain lights up in the exact same regions associated with physical pain, specifically the secondary somatosensory cortex. But it gets worse. The scans also showed massive activity in the ventral tegmental area, the exact same part of the brain that fires up when a person is experiencing intense cravings for cocaine. Your brain treats heartbreak exactly like a drug withdrawal. Ancient humans didn't have the scientific vocabulary for this, but they understood the symptoms perfectly. Anthropologists studying ancient hunter-gatherer cultures have noted that early humans viewed severe emotional grief as a physical sickness, a poisoning of the spirit.
So how did they treat this sickness? They didn't use words, they used ritual and movement. A famous study by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk highlights how trauma and intense emotional stress are physically stored in the body's nervous system. Ancient societies intuitively knew this. They used rhythmic, collective tribal dancing, communal singing, and intense physical exertion to literally shake the stress hormones out of their bodies. They forced the brain out of its obsessive mental loop by flooding the physical senses with rhythm and community. They didn't sit alone in a tent overthinking. They moved. But here is the most shocking twist about the history of heartbreak. Evolution didn't create heartbreak by accident, and it didn't keep it around to punish you. It kept it around to keep you alive. A 2015 study in evolutionary psychology suggests that the intense physical agony of romantic rejection was actually a survival mechanism. In the Pleistocene epoch, isolation meant death. If you didn't care about being rejected, you wouldn't modify your behavior to fit into the group. The pain of heartbreak was designed to be so violently unbearable that it forced early humans to do whatever it took to maintain social bonds and repair relationships. It was an early warning system. Your ancestors didn't survive despite heartbreak. They survived because their brains were capable of feeling that deep, terrifying level of pain. It proved they were built for connection. So, if you are sitting there right now, feeling like your world is ending because someone walked away, I want you to realize something incredibly profound. That pain you are feeling right now is the ultimate proof of your humanity. It means your internal survival machinery is working exactly the way it was designed to. You are feeling the weight of thousands of generations of human history echoing inside your chest. Every single one of your ancestors felt this exact same suffocating weight, looked out at a cold, dangerous world, and somehow found the strength to wake up the next morning and keep walking. You come from an unbroken line of survivors who conquered the exact same ghost you are fighting right now. So, what can we actually take away from the campfire of our ancestors? How do you apply this to your life today? Stop trying to think your way out of a broken heart. You cannot fix a chemical withdrawal with logic. When ancient humans were hurting, they didn't isolate themselves in a dark room staring at a wall. They reconnected with their tribe, they moved their bodies, and they immersed themselves in nature. If you want to heal, you have to emulate them. Go sweat, go run until your muscles burn, reconnect with the people who actually value you. Force your brain to realize that even though one person left the tent, the tribe is still standing, and the hunt goes on.
Your heart is a muscle, and just like any muscle in the human body, it only grows stronger by being pushed to its absolute limit and breaking down just a little bit. You are going to make it out of this forest. If this video brought you a little bit of peace today, pass it along to a friend who might be fighting their own silent battles right now. But before you go, let's talk down in the comments. What is the absolute best piece of advice anyone has ever given you to help heal a broken heart? Let me know. I'll see you in the next video.